Hi Aries, welcome to your September 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. These notes, quick note should I say, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general reads. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. And more importantly, I just want to give a quick few notes. So if you haven't been following on my socials, so Facebook, Instagram and the YouTube community page, you will see that I have been working through the BOZ project, or also known as, or what I love to call the birth of the zodiac. So in Aries season, your season, we started looking at the signs. So we're looking at all of their herbal associations, we're looking at their crystals, their tarot cards. There's a whole bunch of information there, so check out my socials if you want to get all of that content. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So the reason I did that is because I don't want to pick up all the cards and end up dropping them and then putting them all over the place. All right, so for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of September, you have the Page of Cups. So this is great, all right? This is basically saying that September is going to be a month of high creativity for you. This is going to be a time where you really are putting pedal to the metal with a lot of your ideas. This will likely be a month where you are feeling intuitively led, all right? So if you've got things that you need to do, if you've got deadlines that you need to meet, this isn't about going at them hammer and tongs. It's about dropping into your intuitive and creative space to ask yourself, what is it that I need to do here so that I can move forward? What I also love about the Page of Cups as well, especially as an actions card, this is a month where you're likely to be either a little bit more sensitive, or you're at least being a little bit more compassionate in the way that you act. It's not to say that you're not that always. It just, you know, Aries is what you see is what you get with your sign, right? It's one of the things that I love about you. But this month, everything seems to be tempered with or through the feelings. And that actually could be really good for you, because if you soften your approach, very often you get more out of people. It's kind of like, you know, and we've all had this, right? We've got a boss that's an absolute D-bag, and then we've got a supervisor that's amazing. The supervisor will get everything out of us because of the way that they treat us. The boss, not so much. For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So slow and steady is going to win the race this month, and because, especially because you've got the Page of Cups here, there's nothing fast about either of these cards. So this tells me that your communication is not only more compassionate, but it's more measured this month. So how you're communicating with people, it also suggests as well that a lot of the conversations that you're having this month, you're going to notice that things are moving slower than you would like them to, or you're having to really tap into a spirit of kind of maybe tapping into directly actually into your spirit to really ask yourself, have I put enough time, effort and energy into this, or does it require more from me? Am I showing up in the way that I need to in order to get the results that I want? And the reason I say this is the Seven of Pentacles is not just about hard work and patience, it's also about our investment, and very often it's the lucrative stuff. Because you've got the Page of Cups here, this suggests that this is a good month to do some sort of, maybe not necessarily creative accounting, but something along those lines where you're being really smart about your budget, but you're also looking at where there is leeway and where there is not. This would actually be a really good month for you to revise maybe your emotional spending habits and patterns, if you have any. This would also be a really good month for you to think about what creative skills you have that can be directly attached to or applied to your current working or professional situation. Either which way, you're going to want to take your time this month with any of the conversations that you're having. This is not a month to gloss over. It's not a month to, you know, be faffing on your phone while you're having a conversation. You know, we can all do that one ear thing, right? Where we're doing something else and we're kind of half listening. It's kind of going in, but not fully. This month, especially when it comes to the important stuff, put down your phone and be present for what is being said, because the chances are the information that comes up through conversation this month, if you're paying like attention, the results in the long term could be very good for you. For your heart and half sector, you've got the so in this deck it's called the Lord and Lady, beautiful by the way, and this is actually the Lovers card. So what strikes me here, especially for those of you that are partnered, this could be a month where this is really you putting a lot of time, effort and energy into the communication of your relationship. This is about you maybe not even necessarily mending a rift, but you're taking time out of your day. You're taking time out of your busy waking life and or schedule to make more time for your significant other. For those of you that are single, if you are meeting someone or connecting with someone this month, this really suggests that whatever it is, it starts very slow, but it starts with like a really bright spark in the heart. It's like you meet someone or you start interacting with someone or talking to someone, and it just feels like, you know what, this could go somewhere. And it's almost like, I feel like you're approaching this with cotton wool gloves. It's like, I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to wreck it. And for an Aries to say that, it usually means that there's something, you know, they feel like there really is something there. And then finally, for your money and materials, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. Could you ask for any more? This, coupled with the Lovers card, suggests that there are decisions that need to be made on the financial front this month, especially because you've got the Page of Cups in the actions and options. So for some of you, actions and interactions with the world at large, and then you've got the 7 of Pentacles here as well. For some of you, this month is going to see you revising the budget, or there's something that you're wanting or needing to do with the home that's maybe either taking more money than you realized, or this could be you setting things into motion with your ideas, with certain conversations that you're having that end up being very lucrative for you. The 10 of Pentacles for your money overall suggests this is a good financial month. It's a solid financial month, but that solid finance boost comes from your hard work. It's not just falling in your lap. It's not just going to be, oh, look at that, money started raining from the sky. You're actually having to show up for this, and you're actually having to apply your skills and talents in order to extract the money and the resources and the financial and material blessings out of whatever it is that you're doing. So the rewards are great, but the work is also, you know, you're having to show up. For your weeks of the month, I just realized this is the first standing monthly in a while, so I know a lot of you prefer this way, so that's really cool. All right, for your first week of September, you've got the Hierophant card. So this really is going to see you paying attention to the small details of what you do during your day. There's going to be a lot of you really getting clear on how you're using your energy, how your emotional states are fluctuating, and more importantly, who or what in your world is causing those fluctuations. This could also be, because you've got the Page of Cups here as well, this could be that you are officially launching a project or officially talking about so something that maybe you've worked on behind the scenes, something that you have always wanted to do is now seeing the light of day. It might not necessarily be finished, and to be honest with you, it looks like a lot of you are just getting started with this. But this is where you say to people, right, I'm starting a business to do with this, or I'm going to school to do that, or like maybe even you're speaking to a coach, a therapist, a counselor, a doctor, a lecturer, a professor, somebody that is very learned or educated about what you're trying to get off the ground. So this could be great. But you really are paying attention to those small details and the small, it's like you're paying attention to the nuances in your own emotions in order to see what's coming up next. Then you've got the 7 of Pentacles, but for the second week, you've got the Emperor. So this is your card. This is your energy. So the second week of September is very good. Definitely interacting with schools, universities, bigger institutions, people in charge, people that have the ability to move and shake your world in some way, shape or form. This first half of the month, you are going to be interacting with some real movers and shakers, people that can really help you advance in some way. You got this underneath the Seven of Pentacles, which suggests a lot of you are deliberating over the right avenue to go. So I'll give you an example, right? Let's say you decide, you know what, I want to go back to get my degree. And now you start to look at, right? So you're looking at the avenues. Do I go back to traditional learning in, you know, like in a proper learning institution? Do I do formal education? Do I do a long distance degree? You know, what avenue are you going to take? What is the best means for you achieving this thing for yourself? And it looks like there's a lot of deliberating. Which isn't a bad thing, you know. I think, and this isn't to say that you guys can be impulsive, you can be impatient, but this month, it's like this first half of the month, you are taking your time. Like, you are really taking your time. It's like you're being painstaking over this because you know that the ripples or the long-term results, let's say, are going to be around for a while. So I love it. I love that you're slowing down, taking time that you need. Then you've got the Lovers card. So look at that, right? You've got a double hit of the Lovers card. So you've got two sixes. Two sixes represents balance. And I say that because the Lovers card is the number 6, so 2 sixes. What strikes me here, not only is love, relationship, partnership, these things are very much to the forefront. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, your relationship is taking up a lot more of your time this month. It's like you're doing the work on the relationship. You're doing the work on the, you know, the connection with the significant other. But then for those of you that are single, I would say with a month like this and a double hit of the Lovers card, you are meeting somebody. Somebody that's going to challenge you, somebody that is going to really extract the mess, maybe, extract the best and the most out of you. So this isn't going to, like, usually Aries can kind of sidestep everything and, you know, they'll keep you laughing and all the rest of it and keep you engaged, and they'll redirect if they, you know, if they can. This person is somebody that can stay the course, and I'm going to be really honest with you. And this isn't to create like a battle of wills or anything like that. Aries is a very intelligent sign anyway, but this person's going to give you a run for your money. You're not going to be able to, all of your usual tactics, they're not going to work on this person. They'll see right through all of that. So just going to tell you straight up, you're going to have to come with something better. For your 4th week of the month, you have the Hermit card. So a lot of building stuff here, a lot of really getting very clear on the finances, potentially big talks about money, big talks about resources. As we step into the second half of the month, we'll already be in Libra season. So that in itself is going to be activating a lot of that sort of significant other one-on-one relationship energies. But the Hermit card here, this is you really drilling down on certain details. And with the 10 of Pentacles, this is, so for some of you, this could be talks about a parent maybe coming to live with you. For others, this could literally be that you are looking at your resources, but through a fine tooth comb. When it comes to health and vitality, I would say this is a month to really look after your digestive system, just because you have a double hit of that kind of energy coming through. So the Libra new moon for you is taking place, so for all of us, it's happening on the 25th of September. That's going to be the Libra new moon. And for that, you have the gate 22 and Grace. I love this card, and I find it really interesting that you would get this. And the reason I say that is because you've got a double hit of the Lovers card. You see the swans on the card? They literally, swans mate for life. They only ever have one mate. So if that mate, you know, pops their clogs and, you know, joins the spirit world, they will never find another. This tells me that for a lot of you this month, you could be meeting somebody that ends up being very special to you, potentially, and if you've been with me long enough, you know I don't use this word very often, but potentially soulmate energy. what this also suggests as well is this is a time for you to get creative, and I talked about that earlier. This is a time for you to get creative about everything in your life. I kind of feel like this is going to be a bit of a shake-up month for you, but not in the chaotic kind of way. It's going to be a shake-up that kind of has you say, okay, you know what, let's look at what all the possibilities and the options are actually here. For your full moon on the 10th of September, that's happening in the sign of Pisces, which is your 12th house, right? So whenever I'm talking about astrology, I'm always using whole sign system, the tropical zodiac. I'm always using, you know, I always say go from your ascendant first, but to a lesser degree, but still relevant, your sun and your moon. For your message for that, you've got the gate 46 and serendipity. Isn't that just beautiful? And so what this tells me is, because remember your 12th house is all about your past, your the things from your past, the deep aspect of you. It is our saviors, our guardian angels. It can be also our unconscious and our self-sabotaging tendencies, unfortunately. But what this tells me is someone or something from your past is coming in around this time that could be very helpful for you. For some of you, this could be reconnecting with a past love. It very possible, but for others, I actually think this is going to be a moment of deliverance that you didn't know that you needed. Like I said, your life is being shaken up this month, but not in the, you know, kind of chaotic way that we've been experiencing up until this point. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.